Okay, you had to bring it back to the boom bap, who that? Illest with the bars, let the groove snap, true facts. Rebel with the cars, check the movement, enthusiast. Been ahead of time, set the blueprint, move bitch, you the with it. I'm truly gifted, express encrypted, they do not get it. Hieroglyphically spitting, shout out the souls of mischief. No Egyptian, but building pyramids with precision. Flows of wisdom, ripping these rhythms, this shit is so addicted. What up to Missy? I pity the fool who diss me. Many men killed in battle, still stand and salute the 50. These be sufficient, nutrition can beat in the competition.
Thomas Berryman TV, MC Wicks, you are now rocking with the greatest. Worldwide universal, we kick games, drop gems, knowledge expand the brain. We don't speak no lie, this all factual. Travel through sound waves, international. My aura is shining, but that's natural. From the cosmos, supernatural, extraterrestrial with the ill flow. Too high, too elevated. Art and culture is beautiful, we gon' celebrate it. Documented this history in the making. Connecting with the rest of the planet through conversation. Building from the ground up, this the foundation. Through the power of thought manifestation. Gift the gab, champion rap, greatness. Timeless like hieroglyphs. Who would've ever pictured this? Blow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the legendary Starrlight to the show. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Nice. Also, I've been listening to all your music, and I'm glad I found you on Instagram. So it's been cool. I've just been listening to Planet Starzoid as well. I love that album.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was wondering how you found me, but it's Instagram. Okay, nice.
Yeah, it just popped up, and I was like going through. I was just watching stories one day, and you popped up, and I was like, I've got to make contact.
Awesome. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, me too. Whereabouts did you grow up?
In the Netherlands, and I now currently live in Switzerland for about 4 years.
Oh, nice. And how did you first get into music?
I actually just was a listener, a fan, just like everybody else. And I actually started listening to hip hop when I was about, I think, 10-ish, 11-ish. I started to develop my own taste in music. And yeah, I basically went from there, listening to the legends and started to write their lyrics down and trying to memorize it and then just try to, spit with them and eventually started to write my own lyrics.
Wow, that's awesome. And
Yes.
who inspired you, I guess? You said you wrote down other people's lyrics at first, and who is someone you look up to?
The people I grew up listening to were more in the area of Missy Elliott, The Bread, Bahamadia, MC Light, Mos Def, Method Man, Q-Tip, Big Pun, Biggie, Pac, so all the legends.
Yeah, I'd love to see you on a track with Method Man. That'd be awesome.
That would definitely be awesome. That's definitely still a bucket list thing for sure.
Yeah, and another thing I've been listening to is the Fresh Delivery ones. You got 1 through to 10. I love it, especially number 10 that's just come out this year.
Yeah, correct. Awesome. Thank you.
And it's, even the artwork's cool. I love it. You got the delivery van.
Yeah.
And I want to say, how did that, going back to Planet Starzoid, how did that album come about?
Well, I basically wanted to create my own galaxy because I don't really feel like I'm from Earth. I don't really fit in. I don't really get human beings. So I just wanted to create an own planet, basically. And I came up with the name Starzoid. And I was like, okay, this is going to be the next album. And it just went from there. I just started writing and created my entire own planet with that. Yeah.
I love that. I love the theme too. And I especially love the song Guardians of Hip Hop. That was cool.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome.
And I have seen you on another track too. After I found you through Instagram, I did an interview with Afro, and you're on Posse Cut 3 as well. And that was an awesome verse.
That's right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's right.
How did that come about, being on Posse Cut 3?
I actually know somebody that's currently on tour with them. It's their DJ. It's DJ Recipe. and he was basically the connect to that.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. It's exciting when seeing you pop up on there. Do you have
Yeah, that
plans to
was
travel around?
awesome.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Do you have plans to travel around more? Like, are you ever going to come to Australia?
Australia, I mean, that's still a bucket list thing, but I am already basically traveling around for years. I'm doing European tours for about, I think, 10 plus years now. I did the US in 2023, so 2 years ago. So yeah, I am traveling always, and we're basically always on tour.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so cool.
So Australia will be great. I mean,
That'd be
that's an
awesome.
awesome place to be. Yeah,
I'd definitely come to the show. That'd be cool.
that would be awesome. Yes.
But
If
I
I'll
love
make
your
it one day
themes.
over there, I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah, you got to. That'll be cool. I seen uh, the Jealous song with Mr. Beamer. I love that and the film clip too. That was really
Oh,
cool.
awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. You did your research, huh? Awesome.
Yeah. Who made the video? That was cool.
Oh, that was somebody that came from Brazil, but was in Switzerland, and he shoots all types of videos and mostly movies. So yeah, a friend of mine contacted me and wanted me to hook up with him. So we did, and we created this. This was a track that already existed, and this was my friend's favorite track, so we chose that one for the video.
Yep. Yeah, it's got real cool themes. And yeah, I just love everything how you do like your own planet, the outer space sort of thing. I don't know, I think that's real cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
What's been what's been the hardest part of the journey so far?
Um, Good question. I don't think anything is really hard because I appreciate every step of the journey, to be really honest. Um, but I would say the hardest part was getting my name out there in the beginning, because I chose the long route and not the easy path. So it was a hard grind to get my name out there, but I think I'm there now.
Yeah, definitely. What's been the best part?
Meeting all the people I grew up listening to and getting the chance to open up for them, being on the same stage with them, having conversations with them, I think that's the best part. And then next to that, reaching all these people and the feedback I get from these people, it's absolutely insane. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely. You're so talented as well, so you deserve it.
thank you so much.
If you could work with anyone you haven't worked with yet, who would it be?
For now, it's still Tech Nine because he's still on the list for years now. I had the opportunity to open up for him when he was on his European tour for five of his shows. So I already met him. We already had some conversations, but I think the collab still has to happen. And yeah, this is why he's still on top of my list.
I could see that happening. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. Absolutely.
And do you, you got so many songs, and you're an amazing performer. Do you do a lot of reading? Because you got lots of good wordplay as well. Is there any books that have had an impact on you?
I actually don't like reading.
Really?
Crazy enough, I don't. I'm like a visual person. I
Yeah.
prefer um documentaries, movies. I listen to a lot of audio books lately, but I need to hear it. I don't like reading. Since in school, I didn't like it. Just show me and I can do it, you know? So yeah.
I wanted to ask because I was wondering where you get so much inspiration from. It's cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No, I didn't read a lot of books. It's mostly documentaries and watching a lot of videos and stuff like that. Yes.
Is there any documentaries that had a major impact on you?
I think all the come up stories of the artists, even the artists I don't even listen to myself. I really like the story and the journey behind it because most people think, okay, they famous in one day, you know, but the journey before that, that's what interests me. So there's actually a lot of documentaries out there of a lot of people that shared their upcoming stories, even of DJs with techno DJs or the Avicii DJ that I just recently saw, stuff like that. I also watch and inspires me a lot. So it's a lot of documentaries that I really appreciate.
And I want to ask too, when were saying before, you traveled, you've been to the States, everywhere. Where would be
Yeah.
your dream place to perform?
It was the States, to be honest,
Yeah.
because growing up in Europe, in the Netherlands, that's just a small little country. There is hip hop over there, but to me, it's not that real hip hop. Then you're already going into the underground scene. Um, so for me, the States was a dream. And then to perform in LA on the warm side of the States, yeah, that was on top of the dream. That was the cherry on top of everything. So yeah, that was the dream. I already lived it basically.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you've done that. What's your writing process? Like start to finish making a song.
I always listen to the beat first, and it just takes me from there. I never have, well, of course, if I do featurings or whatever, we have topics and subjects that you really want to stick to. But otherwise, I'm really a free writer. I let the beat tell me what to write. So if it's a melodic beat, my flow automatically goes melodic. I listen to the beat 100 times, and then I just start mumbling some words, create the flow, and then basically fill in the flow. So then it's going to be math, and then I structure all the words within the flow that I created.
How long have you been doing it for? Because yeah, it's incredible.
Thank you. How long is it now? I think about 20 years, maybe 22 years. I wrote my first ever lyric, but I mean, yeah, that was just me sitting in my bedroom and nobody ever heard that song.
I was gonna say, do you remember your first song you ever made?
I remember my first two bars. Yes, yes.
Wow, that's cool. And what advice would you give to someone maybe they're just starting out in the music industry, or they just want to get started? The first bit of advice you'd give.
The first thing I would say is be yourself at all times. Don't try to copy people. Don't try to walk somebody else's path. We're all unique. I think you should stick to that because in the long run, that's what will stick forever. And I think it's very important to be able to keep looking yourself in the mirror. You should be able to still look at yourself. And I think if you divert from your own path and just become a copy of somebody else, you will never be able to do that eventually. And I think, yeah, be yourself at all times, even if it takes 10 times, 10 times longer to get there. Just do it. Don't kiss anybody's ass. Just do the grind, grab the open mics, and just basically expose yourself out there and build your brand and name from scratch the honest way.
That's great advice as well. And more so, do you have certain producers that you stick to, or do you sort of work with whoever? Do you have a formula? Because it seems to be working for you with whatever you're doing.
Yeah, so I started with basically just classic boom baps, and I had a producer that always did that for me. Now I'm somebody that I think is really important to be versatile. So I started to connect with new producers and just let them do their thing. So I was able to also be very versatile with my flow and created me, basically, who I am today. So I think it's very important to keep working with different producers. So, of course, I have like my team of producers that I can also always go to. It's a handful of producers. It's Restless Minds, Trey Beats. You also see Mr. Beamer in there. So these are the people that I work with and yes, standard. So if I need a certain beat, I'll just send them, yo, I need this, I need that. But I'm open to work with anybody. So I also work with upcoming producers. I'm working with a few producers from France now, Belgium, here in Switzerland as well. So I'm super open to any sound as long as I feel it.
Right, that's cool. Is there anyone on your bucket list of producers that you want to work with?
I mean Timberland because I just grew up listening to his beats.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That
And
will be fire.
oh, that would be you and Timberland would be crazy. That would be cool.
That will be a dream for
Yeah,
sure.
especially I love all the stuff that you did with Mr. Beamer. Like that's I feel like when you two are together, like that's some of my favorite songs as well.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he makes very awesome beats. Yeah. And when I met him, he just sent me a bunch of beats, and I was like, oh, okay, this is different. And that made me also tap into my different side. So yeah, I appreciated his beats a lot.
Yeah. What's been doesn't have to be newest or most popular or whatever it is, but what's been the funnest time you've had working on a project, and what was it?
Hmm. I think it is. I think it must be fresh delivery because there's no strings attached. It's not a full project. It's just me dropping a bunch of singles out there, but it's still a project somehow. And it's one producer that I work with for all the tracks. I think that's the most fun because it's just me writing whatever I want.
Yeah, I really like number 10. That's cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, I like them all. I bought them. I bought your album and a few of the songs on iTunes as well.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, yeah. I always like to buy it, and because I'm still, using my iPod and stuff, so I put all my music on there,
So
and yeah, so definitely added to the playlist. It's great.
awesome. Appreciate that.
And even yeah, even the artwork is awesome. Does someone do that? Is there certain artists that you work with?
So a few of them I did myself. I still do it myself once in a while. Depends on the project. If it's like an album, it's it's thought out. So then I usually get a certain artist that draws it. So Planet Starzoid and Bedtime Stories, this is drawn by somebody. So yeah, I think it's very important since the beginning of time. I remember just looking at the cover, of albums that I bought or EPs that you bought. So I thought that was very important for me to incorporate in my own music. So yeah, it depends on the project. I get people to either draw it or I make it myself. The fresh deliveries, the producer's restless mind is doing that. So it's different people. Yeah, depending on the project.
Yeah. If you were stuck somewhere, I don't know, on an island or something, and you could only listen to three albums, what would they be?
Of other artists.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll go three of yours and three of other artists.
Ooh, cool albums. Okay. I think that's a crazy question. I never had that before because I never listened to albums front to back, only when I get them and then I pick my favorite songs.
Yeah.
So that's a hard question. Hmm, I might go for Outcast, 80 Aliens, because this kind of put me into the alien zone somehow. But again, then still not front to back. I would go for Jay-Z, The Blueprint. I would go for The Brat Funkified.
Yeah. I love the Brat too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good choices. And what about your three of your albums?
My own albums that will be Planet Starzoid, Bedtime Stories, because there's a whole emotional story behind that. And I think I would go for Light of the Stars because that's my first ever EP.
I love Dear Life.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's cool. And what do you do if you're not making music? What else do you enjoy doing? What's your interest?
I still also am an IT nerd by day, basically. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I work with computers. I'm also a parent, so I enjoy being with the kids. I fitness a lot, but basically, I'm always on the grind. So I'm mostly still busy with music every single day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I got two kids as well. That keeps you
Awesome.
busy. And
Yeah, for sure.
IT is awesome. That's something, yeah, I definitely want to learn.
Yeah, I think that's very important, family time and just being with my wife and quality time. Yeah, that's great.
That's
So if I'm
awesome.
not busy on the road, I prefer being with them.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's
Yeah,
I think yeah, it's one of my favorite times being with family.
exactly. Yeah, that's important. At the end, that's all we have, right?
Yeah, definitely. What's the top three movies of all time?
Ooh, Nightmare on Elm Street. definitely number one. Not because the story is that crazy. That's just first of the like horror movies that I was 6 years old watching it behind the blankets. Didn't really want to watch it, but still watched it, and then watched basically all the series after that. So that's one of my favorite movies ever. Um, I think the Saw series is absolutely insane as well. I'm a horror fan, if you didn't notice.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's cool.
and Evil Dead. Yeah,
Yeah, Evil Dead. I
yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen all the Saw ones. That's I like
Okay.
that. And I remember Nightmare on Elm Street scared the hell out of me when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. I had nightmares for years straight when I was little.
Yeah. What's what's what would be your what's your plans for the next 12 months musically?
For the next 12 months, touring a lot. We have a lot of shows lined up. Also starting my new album. I'm already finishing my EP, so that will come out first. Of course, also end the series, Fresh Deliveries. We still have two to go. But then I'm gonna start writing my album. I finished all the collabs, all the features, everything that I needed to do. So now I can finally focus on my album. And hopefully that will be the biggest one yet. And I can't reveal any names, but that should be bigger than it has been so far. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to work on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was gonna be my next question. Um, I can't wait to see it now.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So fresh. So it's gonna end at 12. That series.
Yes, correct, correct. Because I wanted to just do it for a year straight, and it's 12 months, so that was easy.
Perfect. Will you release them all on like an album? Put them together?
Maybe I would put that in a project. I had that request a few times now, so yeah, that might be something to think about for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to get that as well.
Awesome.
What's been, you said you went to the States and met some of the
Mhm.
people that you know look up to. What was the most exciting one? The most exciting moment?
I think that would still be Tech Nine, but that was not in the US, that was in Europe.
Yeah.
And I actually met most of them in Europe because when they come on tour here, um, I opened up for a lot of them. So I met them. I met most of my legends here. So, but the most, well, I wouldn't say meaningful, but special, I think would be Tech Nine because I was just listening to his music so often. And the way I came about him was also by accident. I was just playing my video game on the Xbox. I think it was Midnight Club. I was racing my car and I heard a song and I never look up any artist. I just listen to the music and you put on a certain radio and just listen. But it was in the game itself. So I heard this song. I was like, oh, this is crazy. So I looked up this artist and then instantly became a fan. So to me, he was, yeah, the number one artist for me. The intricacy, the independentness as well, going against everything that you should be as a commercial artist. Like the whole story just, resonated with me. So to me, it was Tech Nine because I would never think that I would open up for five of his shows. So that was absolutely insane. And then getting the props from him, that was crazy. But then also, Bahamadia was absolutely insane as well. So I have multiple of these stories, so I cannot even pick one, to be really honest.
Yeah. No, that's legendary though. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I still can't believe it, and I don't really speak about it because I'm not a person that brags. So only in interviews I get to speak about this, and then I get to reflect on what I actually did, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome achievement, and you deserve to be up there with him. So that's
Thank you.
good. And how important is it to you, like going independent?
I think that was the most important part just because the labels are not aligning with my message and who I am. Um, Nowadays, it's not that important anymore because it's better to be independent than signed for most artists. I wouldn't say for everybody. And I'm also not against labels, just against certain contracts. But Yeah, I think for me, it was very important to stay independent and did it my own way.
I'm glad you did. But I was,
Yeah, me too.
yeah. What about, yeah, I love the alien themes. So we're going to see more. That's going to continue. Is that going
Oh
to,
yeah, absolutely. That's me. I cannot divert from
yeah. Yeah, awesome. No, that's my favorite part, I think, because I love that sort of style as well.
cool. Yeah, dope.
Has that always interested you since forever?
Not necessarily aliens, but more like I felt like a misfit, even if I was always amongst the popular group and whatever. I just felt like I don't belong here. I don't have the same mindset. I'm not the same as you guys. So, and then as you get older, you get, aliens are extraterrestrial. They're not from here. They created a whole world behind it. So I started researching that and I'm like, oh, that's me.
That's cool. I seen you got the
Yeah.
merch available as well.
Yep. Correct. Yep. You're awesome. Be awesome. Stay awesome always.
Yes, I love that. That's cool. And where can people find your merch for people watching?
So you can find it on my website, starlight.nl / shop. Easy.
I can't wait for the new album to come out. Yeah, definitely excited to see who you work with now, and yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Me neither.
What's a fun fact maybe that not many people know?
A fun fact is that I'm actually super emotional. A lot of people think that I'm super tough because of
Yeah,
my, the way I come across and my lyrics and the way I'm on stage, but I'm actually super soft.
yeah. I honestly thought, yeah, you're like super tough, but
No, I'm not.
just from listening to your music and the the videos and how you perform, that's really cool.
Right, right. I mean, that's all real. I am tough, but I
Yeah,
mean, I'm super polite. I'm super, you can just speak to me. I won't bite. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, you're awesome human being. So I'm really glad I got the chance to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Likewise.
And I want to ask, what's your message to the world? It's something I ask everyone.
My message to the world is please be awake. And I'm not speaking about the word woke, the hype that's all around that. I'm like, open your eyes, um, find your own truth, be yourself, um, get the most out of life. Don't believe everything you see. Love your people around you. Your family is the most important. And stay true to yourself. I think that's 100%.
That's an incredible message.
Thank you. And don't forget, be awesome.
Be awesome. I love it. Get the merch as well.
Awesome.
What's what's your favorite part? You talked about IT, and I could see you love doing that. Was How did you get into IT? Because that's something that interests me as well. So I'd like to know. Yeah.
I was just that girl in the house that fixed everything that was broken. I think that's just how it started. And then we got the first Mac that was still like this screen,
Yeah.
and I was the one that hooked up the internet and figured everything out. And I had to find an education because you have to figure out at what age already that what's your future. So I'm like, oh, I actually like computers. So I just studied that and went to do that whole. So it was actually more awesome than I expected in the beginning. I was just fixing everything that I liked. But yeah, and now I'm still in there 17 plus years already.
That's awesome. That's a, it's got to be a great feeling doing two things that you enjoy as well. Like, I think that makes a
Yeah,
difference.
absolutely. And it also helps with the career, of course, because everything is now digital. So it's a plus.
And is there anything that I'm not sure if we mentioned Modern Slaves. I love that song as well.
Thank you.
And how did that come about? That's one of my favorites.
The song itself, oh, that's me just channeling. I mean, I was always my music was even more related to everything that was going on in the world. Now I'm opening up to the other side of myself, but to me, it was very important to bring a message into the world. Um, and that message was basically F the system. So to me, those type of beats just channeled that part of me, and that's how those lyrics came. Yeah.
Wow.
And the producer that you see in the video as well, the guy with the dreads, that's the producer of the beat as well. Um, he's also very spiritual, so it made sense.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is there anything that I haven't covered that you wanted to talk about?
Um, no, I think you covered more than I expected, and you did your research well. I liked it.
Well, thank you very much. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got. And
Okay,
yeah, I'm gonna keep following you, and I'll be definitely
awesome.
getting the new album when it comes out.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, I'm still making my way through all your music too. It's incredible.
It's a lot on there, huh?
Yeah, it's good. I love it. So yeah,
But that was definitely the purpose. Like if you just discovered me, that you had an entire catalog that you can go through and that you cannot put me in a box. You would go from emotional to boom bap to trap to everything. So yeah,
yeah. I'm finding that you're so diverse with everything, so it's cool.
awesome. Well, enjoy listening. Have fun.
Thank you, and I appreciate you coming on and talking to me, and thanks for your time.
Thank you as well. And thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it. And keep doing this. It's nice.
Thank you, and yeah, I'll try and keep it positive, and yeah, I'll make some clips and put them out, and I'll get this interview out as soon as I can.
Sounds good. Just tag me and I'll repost everything.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and yeah,
Yeah, you too. Have a
appreciate
good
you.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.